So Theatre of War is a unique third mode in Company of Heroes 2. The original game had single player and multiplayer modes. Theatre of War sits in between the two of them. It's 18 new single player and co-op missions that players are going to be able to enjoy, which will both give them an additional challenge post finishing single player content, and will also help them bridge the gap to multiplayer. So the third map we're going to show from Theatre of War mode is a really interesting one. It's a cold weather challenge, and you're really against a huge force with 2 squads of infantry and the weather on your side. So we have a really interesting weather system in Company of Heroes 2. You guys have probably read about it before. Our cold tech system actually brings weather to life. We've got snow that has depth, troops actually get cold and you have to keep them warm or they'll die of hypothermia. We have breakable ice and blizzard conditions. So all of those things are going to come into effect on this map. So you'll see visibility is really, really poor, and I have 2 sole squads of guardsmen here, keeping warm by the fire. Now these guys are elite Soviet troops, but on their own versus enemy vehicles, infantry and machine gun nests, it's going to be a difficult fight. Both squads are equipped with slightly different weapons, so I've equipped my first squad with anti-tank guns. That'll give us a little bit of a chance against tanks, and the second squad are equipped with light machine guns, which will help us a little bit against infantry. So as we start out, you'll notice the animations change as they move through snow. They get slowed down and encumbered by deep snow, so I have to plan my routes carefully. I obviously don't want to walk straight down the middle of a road and get spotted, but I also don't want to spend too long out in the snow and freeze to death. You'll see as I'm moving into this combat encounter with these German soldiers, we've got little thermometers next to the soldiers' health bar. This denotes how cold they are. When that reaches a critical level, I'm going to start losing members of that squad to hypothermia. So you've really got to manage your troops against the weather as well as the enemy forces. So campfires like this that are dotted around the map will really help us keep them warm. On a normal match, I'd have engineers and I'd be able to build my own campfires to help keep my guys warm. But in this map, it's all about keeping these 2 squads alive. So until I get reinforcements, which I won't until I capture that crossroad, I'm on my own. So I've been spotted there by an enemy SUV. I'm going to quickly grab some ammo and then I'm going to head around and try and take that thing out. Obviously a half-track versus infantry is never a fight you ideally want to get into, but I have no choice on this map. So I'm going to use my unique abilities to sort of disable this vehicle and then take it out from range with my anti-tank sniper rifles. Okay, so heading into this compound, I can see there's a fire over there, but I also have to try and scope out what's in the area and not get myself caught out by things like that anti-tank gun. The line of sight system in Company of Heroes is really unique, so things like the blizzard will change my line of sight as the map goes on, so visibility opens up or constricts. Okay, so now we've cleared this area. We're moving up towards the crossroads. It's again another very interesting example of how varied the maps are in Theatre of War. One map you're going to be controlling tanks, taking out a large enemy force. The next map you're going to have 1 or 2 squads of troops and you're going to have to make do with those. So it's a really interesting mode. The 18 new missions are all unique and will give players a lot of extra content on top of the game's cinematic campaign to play. So I'm taking a bit of a risk here. I'm moving through this forest area. It's really deep snow, so my guys are getting encumbered and slowed down. But I'm hoping that I can sneak up on this position without being spotted. So we've unfortunately walked into a scout car, so I'm going to have to deal with that. I'm going to use these guys to disable it, and then I'm going to use my other troops to take it out. So again, it's using these 2 squads and all of their abilities to their fullest effect is the way you succeed on this map. Okay, so now that I've captured this point, I'm getting some reinforcements, which will help change the tide of battle a little bit in my favour. Rather than trying to take everything out with 2 troops, I'm really going to need the help. So here come my reinforcements. They're just base conscripts and engineers. The engineers are great because it means I can build more fires. The conscripts are fairly weak, but they can be used to reinforce existing squads, and they can also be used to capture enemy vehicles. So I'm going to use them to capture this anti-tank gun. And then you have a unique ability where you can merge them into a squad to reinforce that squad to full strength. So by sacrificing the rest of my conscript squad, I've given myself a fully crewed anti-tank gun, which will be really useful later. Okay, so we can see fires over there, so we know there's enemy forces the other side of that frozen lake, but we don't know exactly where they are, so we're going to have to scout out and try and carefully scope out the area without putting ourselves into danger. You have no commander abilities on this map, so it's really you and your abilities as a player versus the AI. There's nothing you can call in to help you if you're in trouble. You'll notice as I'm firing across the lake at this building that we're actually destroying some of the ice with indirect fire. The ice in our game is completely breakable, so you can use that strategically, where you can actually blow out ice underneath tanks and vehicles, which is a really cool new feature for Company of Heroes 2. I'm going to move my combat engineers out, and I'm going to use their build menu to build a campfire over there under cover of fire from my elite troops. You can also use flares now, so I can call in a couple of flares just to see a little bit more of the map.
We are finished here. We are ready to build it. Moving out.
If I can, I'm going to get in and throw a grenade into that building as well to clear out the machine gun nest, as that's wreaking havoc on my soldiers. Okay, so this route's not going to work for us. We're getting pinned down by that machine gun fire, so we're going to have to work our way around them. We're just going to retreat those guys to keep them safe, and then we can move up. So we're going to move across the river and try and find another place to find land. We have to be careful, as we know there's armour in the area, but this is the best option we've got for the time being. Okay, so there's enemy tanks on the ice. You'll notice as it's firing at us, it's destroying all the ice around us as well, so we're actually going to lose that crew through the breakable ice to get something unique to Company of Heroes 2. Thank you for checking out Company of Heroes 2's Theatre of War mode. We're really excited to show it to you guys, and the game will be out on June 25th, when you'll be able to play it for yourself.